What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review, and this is my fifth and final review in my series of reviews covering this Mighty Thor box set from this year's Comic-Con. And this time around we're going to be taking a look at Borr, and here's a look at the artwork for Borr. He's looking like he's really enjoying himself in the middle of this Asgardian battle, so that's awesome for him. And like I said before, I really like the artwork. I think they did a really great job. It definitely makes the box look really cool. They went the extra mile like they're known to do for the Comic-Con packaging. And here at the bottom you've got some text that goes along with the text that's in front of the artwork for the other characters on the other side of this packaging. So that's very cool. And yeah, I'd have to say that this figure is probably my favorite in this set, and that's why I saved him for last. Yeah, check him out. He's really cool. Here he is with his axe and his shield, but we're going to remove that so that we could take a look at the articulation. Obviously that stuff would be in the way, so here we go. His head is able to go side to side, and the ball joint sits a little high, so you're able to get a lot of tilt to it. And then it kind of rotates around. You're able to bring it down a little bit, but the beard kind of gets in the way. And then you're able to bring it up a little bit, but then his helmet gets in the way. So, but that's okay. Don't mind that. And then for his torso, this kind of overlay gets in the way, but you are able to get him to crunch a little bit, as you could see here. That's really more than I expected with that chest piece, so that's really cool. And then you're able to get him to go back about that much. And then of course you've got a waist swivel. And then for his arms, they're only able to come down about that much. You know, he's got the big armored piece on his torso here, so that was kind of expected, but it's a little bit disappointing. It only goes down about that much. And then his arms could come all the way around, and the shoulder piece here is soft plastic, so it doesn't really get in the way, so that's awesome. And his shoulders are very tight, just like the other figures, but you're able to bring his arm up like that. Then you've got the upper bicep swivel. You've got single jointed elbows, but then his elbow also has a swivel, as you could see there. And then for his wrist, you've got a swivel and a hinge. And that elbow swivel really helps a lot, being such a big figure, so you're able to get him to move his arm around a little bit more than you would usually, so that's pretty awesome. And then for his legs, they're able to kick out to the side a really nice amount. You can pretty much get him to do the splits. Check that out in case you want Borr to do the splits. And then you're able to bring his leg forward about that much, but then his skirt pelt kind of thing gets in the way. And then you're only able to come back only about that much because, again, his thing gets in the way. But still a pretty good amount of articulation for such a big character. And as you can see, he's got ball joints there. Kind of old school style. But then you've got the upper thigh rotation. And then you've got double jointed knees. Then you do have a swivel right here at the boot, as you can see there. And then his feet are able to point down, point up. And they do not have a swivel, but they do have a rocking joint, so pretty good amount of articulation for such a big character. And then for his accessories, he comes with his shield, and then he comes with his really big axe. And his axe is really nice. It's sculpted really good. I think it does have like a nice metallic effect to it, and you can see that it looks all scratched up and kind of war torn, so that's really nice. And you know, for the handle here, just like a wooden kind of thing. There isn't too much paint, and this is really rubbery. I don't like that too much, but it's not really a big deal. I was just surprised how rubbery it is. And then for the shield, here it is. It looks pretty nice. It's also rubbery, as you could see. It's really bendable, but you got some metal here and some woodwork there in the middle, so that's pretty cool. But I really don't like the way how it's so rubbery. I don't know, it's kind of annoying, but I mean, it's not a huge deal or anything. And then on the other side of this, you got this kind of clip similar to the clip they use for the Captain America shields. And these clips are okay. They're kind of frustrating because they kind of collapse as you're trying to do it, as you can see here. But you know, it snaps on there, and then there you go. And then he holds it pretty good. And you could also use the peg to put it in his hand if you'd like. But I think that works fine. Then you can pull this off, put that flat like that, and then you're able to stick this into his back. So pretty cool. I do like the fact that they make it so that he doesn't have to be holding his shield, and you could have it on the back just like on some Captain America figures. I did a lot of size comparisons this time around because I was really impressed by how big he is, so bear with me. But here he is next to Marvel Legends Wonder Man and Marvel Legends Daredevil. And then here he is alongside Marvel Legends Captain Britain and Marvel Legends Iron Fist. And then here he is with the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Thor and a Toy Biz Marvel Legends Destroyer. And he just towers over both of them. And here he is with the Marvel Legends Odin Son and Marvel Legends Thor from a couple years back, Comic-Con exclusive. And then here he is alongside Marvel Legends Blastar and Marvel Legends Terrax. Here he is with Marvel Select Thors, a couple of Marvel Select Thors, and you can see he kind of fits in with them, so that's pretty awesome. And then here he is with the Marvel Select Destroyer, and obviously Destroyer makes him look small, but all the other figures kind of, he towers over them pretty much, so that's pretty awesome. I like the way how big he is. So it's pretty cool that you could fit him in with your Marvel Select Thor stuff if you like. And let's take a look at the head sculpt here, and I think they killed it on the head sculpt. I think they did a really good job. The only thing, the paint isn't perfect, but it is pretty nice. I do like the way that the beard looks. It's like brown with like an orange wash or something, but some of the orange kind of got on the face, as you could see there. And you could kind of push his helmet down to cover it, but you could still see it, so I might try to clean that up. But yeah, other places the paint's pretty good. I like the way there's purple like around the eyes. It's very faint, but you could definitely see it. And yeah, the sculpt is really nice on this. I really like the way that the horns look too. They actually look like real actual horns. So very, very nice work on the face here. And on his body you have some really nice sculpt work too. I really like the way that the chest plate looks here. And it's like soft plastic, but it's really cool. It looks like actual wood. But yeah, you can really see how soft it is here on the shoulders. But I really like the way it looks. Has like a nice paint wash. His arms are just plain plastic. There isn't too much detail going on there, but they look fine. And then down here you got like the skirt that looks like an animal skin or something. That looks really great. And then down here at the legs, you got these big old crazy boots. They have a very Viking type of feeling to them, so I think that's perfect here for Borr. Let's see what else we got going on here. Here at his wrist, you've got these gauntlet things. They kind of just float around, which I really dislike, but it's not horrible. It's not as bad as, like, you know, Marvel Legends Jim Lee Cyclops or anything, but they definitely kind of slide around. It gets a little bit annoying. So yeah, he's a really nice looking figure. The sculpt and the paint just all around look really, really good. And it looks like, for the most part, he has like a lot of new pieces on him, but I really think that they used some Terrax pieces, especially the torso. From what I could tell, I think it's the same torso, but obviously it's hard to see because it's covered, but I mean, just based on the size and stuff like that, I feel like it's the same torso as Terrax. And then he has like the ball jointed hips, which Terrax have, so yeah, I kind of think that there's a few reused pieces from him, but you know, if they're hidden in there enough for people not to be sure, that's awesome. That's like a perfect way to reuse pieces, so I'm not mad at that at all. So overall, I'm really, really happy with this figure. And you know, if it wasn't for Borr, I probably would have passed on this box set, which I'm really happy that I didn't, because it turns out that I like a lot of these figures a lot more than I thought I would. Malekith is the only one that I liked a little bit less than I thought I would. But yeah, overall, it's a really, really strong box set, and I probably would have passed on it if it wasn't for Borr, because once they announced all the characters in here, I knew that Borr would be the one that we'd for sure never see in retail. And I might be wrong, you know, I've been wrong before, but I think he's the least likely. I think most of these figures we probably won't see in retail exactly how they are. You know, Lady Thor's coming out in retail, but she looks a little bit different. Ulik, who knows if we'll ever see him. Unworthy Thor, he's coming out, but he looks a little different. Don't think we'll see Malekith, and I really, really don't think that we'll see Borr. So, yeah, very happy to have him. And he's a very cool looking figure. I'd say the big strong point with him is the sculpt and just the size. He just looks cool and massive and stuff on the shelf, so he's really, really awesome, and he is definitely fun to pose and play with. I'd say the one little gripe I have is, actually I have two tiny little gripes. The legs kind of feel a little bit gummy, so it's kind of hard to get him to stand, especially being such a big figure. So I do wish that the plastic was a little more sturdy. And the other thing is the paint on his face is a little bit messed up, but I think I could probably clean that up a little bit. But it is a little, you know, distracting. It kind of looks, it kind of sucks when you open up the figure and he has like paint on weird spots on his face and stuff like that. But aside from that, all the paint and sculpt and just in general, the figure's pretty awesome. So I'm very, very happy to have him. So that's it, and finally I'm done with all my reviews from the store box set, so be sure to check all those out. They're on my channel now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed all of them, and thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that cool stuff, and thank you very much. Peace.